Greetings to the 30 tribes of Israel scattered in the four corners of the earth, and to the Gentiles called by the name of Abba Yahuwah. This is the name that is above all name eternal. Shabbat Shalom, much love and much prosperity attend you family, for you are the reason of our time like truth, because the time is simply near. Just as we see the days goes by, so draw nigh the coming of Yahushua HaMashiach. Just as the Malach of Yahuwah saith unto you, who cannot the revelator, seal not the prophecies of this book, for the time is simply near. Exactly what we are doing here, family. Decoding end times prophecies, signs, dreams, in preparing people like you, body like you, house like you, for the returning of King Yahushua HaMashiach, our eternal bridegroom, to whom due eternally our worship, praise, service, love, riches, glory, power, wealth. Yes, to the glory of His magnificent Father Yahuwah the Almighty, and to the Ruach HaKodesh, the very DNA of Abba Yahuwah, the very fire of Abba Yahuwah, the no-go area of Abba Yahuwah, the power of signs and wonders, the power of eternity, breath of all living. Yes, sir. Orobo Shantayaba. Ribobobohi Maraba Sentelebo. I just love the Ruach HaKodesh. Hima Santa Labo, Hima Santa Labo. Yes, Abba Yahuwah, you have been worshipped, praised, served, loved, honored, right in the temple of your eternal Hamid, your very Isha. For you are my eternal Abba, also my husband. I just love you, Abba Yahuwah, for making me and cleansing me for your own use. Hallelujah. Thank you for such a wonderful, blessed, glorious day as today. Shabbat. Hallelujah. All right, now, family, here we are in the heavenly court room of Abba Yahuwah with this powerful message titled for you and me. Korah, Polyandry, Polygamy, Madness. Yahuwah begins with monogamy. He will renew monogamy. Did you get that? Is it sound? Is that clear? Or should I reprocess it again? Korah, Polyandry, Polygamy, Madness. Yahuwah begins with monogamy. He will renew monogamy. That's it. No nonsense. Okay? Polygamy nonsense and a polyandry nonsense. Now, all right, now, family, with this being said, like I always love to say, it's not by sensational, emotional, radiation, burning, personal, no, but by the real last objective, we want to do this very segment Abba Yahuwah gave unto us, the sons and the daughters of His eternal kingdom. So, we want to see what was that. Islam is propagating polygamy, and some of the people of the book is also propagating polygamy. I don't know how you see Abba Yahuwah. So what is the essence of renewing and making it all anew again? What did you understand by Revelation 21? What happened in the beginning? What did Abba Yahuwah begins with? Polygamy? How many bones did it take from the man? 7, 4, or 11, or 1,000? That is going to be your question to answer. All right. So with this being said, let us put now in the word of Abba Yahuwah to preset it, to rebuke that wicked spirit that doesn't want Abba Yahuwah to renovate, his monogamy, status of marriage. All right, now let's walk our way through from Genesis to the very New Testament. Genesis chapter 1, 26. And Yahweh said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. 27. So Yahuwah created man in his own image. In the image of Yahuwah created he him. male and female created he them. Did you see the very, very origin of it? So let's see now the details, or rather let us go to the details here, just brief it, how Abayewa did it. So let's go and look into that. If you're going to be getting sanity, if at least your eyes, that scale or sandals in your eyes will be removed. Okay. This should have just been a very simple subject. No, they are not getting it. Now, chapter 2, verses 21. And Yahuwah Elohim created Anna. And Yahuwah Elohim caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his rib. How many? 1, 4, no, 1, 7, no, 1, 11, no, 1, 1,000, no, just 1 rib. And he closed up the flesh, and he closed up the flesh instead thereof. 22. And the rib which Yahuwah Elohim had taken, and the what rib which Yahuwah Elohim had taken from the man, made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. You see the pattern. Did you see the information about YAHUAH'S over here? Did you see the information? This is what he is going to renew. Did you see the pattern? This is what he's going to remake. Nothing else. 23. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, not women. She shall be called woman, not women, because she was taken out of man. Did you get that? Therefore shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, not wives, unto his wife, not wives, and they shall be one flesh, not two. 25. And they both naked, the man and his wife, not wives, and we are not ashamed. This one concludes the whole matter. Who gave us this vision? It was Moshe. Okay, this is how Abayewa did it, begins it. And he now gave it as a revelation or a vision unto Moshe to write it down. There is the standards Abayewa set right from the beginning. This is the information that Abayewa have already. He is not going to create another thing entirely. No, he just want to renovate. He just want to renew. He just want to remake. That's it. He is not bringing in another thing. One man, one woman. Monogamy. That is Abayewa standards of marriage. Keep lusting over there. Let me quickly say this to the people, or rather Yisrael, that is saying this nonsense. I see many of them. Even many of the women also comes out to be supporting their husband. Yes, because your husband has already been, been wished to you in order for you to have a place in his heart. Therefore, you need to do that. They are coming out, preaching this nonsense, this satanic doctrine that in the new kingdom, that purges my stomachs. That in the new kingdom, that woman is going to be having 4 wives, or 7, so we say 7. Now, let me tell you, you are going back to Islam. Return back to Islam, because only in Islam, in their paradise, such a thing is permitted, is mandatory. That is Allah rules and regulation, not in the royal law. So you better get ready to convert to Islam, where you can be getting 4 wives, all right, 7, 11, in fact, 1,000, because it's permitted over there. It is a mandatory over there, not in our royal law. There is no place, not even one scriptures that say thou shalt marry 2 wives. Never. Except you want to cast your sin upon Abayewa, and that one is going to kill you. Except you want to cast your lust upon Abayewa, that one is going to send you to the lake of fire. Except you want to usher in your lust, therefore you're going to be renouncing the new kingdom and go straight away to Islam. That is, Islam is your brother, okay? Islam came from you, is your brother. Therefore, you need to walk with him, convert to Islam. Is the son of Abraham. So let's put some more. Is your brother. You can also equally convert to Islam. and go and be keeping that trash and propagating that nonsense. Not in the royal law, no. I want to see something over here again. Genesis as well, chapter 5, verses 1 and 2. This is the book of the generations of Adam in the day that Yahuwah created man. In the likeness of Yahuwah made he him. 2. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam. Here's the message. And called their name Adam in the day when they were created. Why did Abba Yahuwah even call the woman? This is the name. Actually, Abba Yahuwah also called the woman Adam. He said he called their name Adam. Why? Because the woman is another he. Because the woman, which is the bone of the man, is another man. Is another he. Woman is another he. Woman is the substance of man. It came from him. She came from him. That was why he said, if you find the wife, you found a good thing. Why do you need to find? That was your missing rib. Until you find that woman, that place can never be healed. Until you find that woman, which is your bone, your rib, that place will be, empty. Why? Because the woman is another he. That was what Abba Yahuwah called them. What? Adam. Abba Yahuwah did not differentiate the woman from the man. They are both called Adam. So now, you that say you want to have 4 wives, 7 wives, like you are stupid, say that is stupidity, okay? Therefore, that is an idolatry. You are taking another man's ribs. You are having sexual intercourse with another man's bones. That is homosexuality. Because to you, it's going to be the sense of homosexuality. But to the rightful owner, isn't so. Let's put some more. Revelation 21. This is the information that you already have. This is the shadow. It's going to, this is what is going to, shine forth its light on. Not that nonsense you are talking about. Now, Revelation 21, let's read. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. There is no more any of this nonsense. Okay? We want to fix it. And you are still dragging Abba Yahuwah to the chaos of the Old Testament. Pollution in marriage. 2. And I, Yahuwah, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Yahuwah, out of heaven, prepared as a bride. No brides. Monogamy. Prepared as a bride, adorned for her husbands. For her husbands. Did you get it? For her husband. No brides. No. Okay, let's keep reading. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of Yahuwah is with men, and he will do it with them. It's going to be there in the New Jerusalem. So Abba Yahuwah is going to be promoting polygamy where he is now. He's going to shine upon the information he once had. And they shall be his people, and Yahuwah himself shall be with them, and be their Elohim for. And Yahuwah shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Did you just get that? Come, don't let Abba Yahuwah lay hands on you, because you are still dragging it back to the chaos of the old, where marriage is being polluted, as Shabbat is being honored, set apart. It's like manna. Marriage is being set apart. This is the most sacred part of it all. Don't let Abba Yahuwah. Marriage is even more holier than Shabbat. Don't let Abba Yahuwah lay hands on you. Okay? Don't let him lay hands on you. Because after Abba Yahuwah was done with marriage and all, then he rested on the Shabbat. Don't let him lay hands on you. Now, this is the nonsense these people is saying and said, oh, holy fathers, practice polygamy. Abba Yahuwah did not call it a sin. You already corrupted the kingdom. Now, you see, there's pain. Is it a sin for one to feel pains? Is it a sin? Did Abayawa count it a sin when you are feeling pain? No. He said there is pain. In the beginning, was there pain? No. What brings about pain? You knew it. Is it a sin when someone is dead? No. And oh, did Abayawa call it when you done it? Will call it, hey, death, you are sin. No, he didn't call it a sin. He allowed people to die. In the beginning was death. The Abayawa begins with death? No. So if he allows polygamy with you, because that is what Satan cast on you, that is the lust of your heart. If he allows it for you, did he hold it against you? But that doesn't mean he permitted it. That doesn't mean he justified. That doesn't mean he wanted it. No. Just like death. Death is, taking people away. He allows it. Okay? Not that he's going to renew death. No, but he allows it. And it's not a sin when you die. When you feel pain, when you feel sorrow. But in the beginning, none of this were there. But Abayawa allows it. But it's not going to stand for all eternity, no. In like manner, polygamy, if he allowed the Holy Father to practice it, he did not call it a sin. That is the mystery of sin. What sin ushers in, he let it be until the end of it all, before he will not remove the one that can stand and return back to what he already initiated. He never initiated polygamy. There is no scripture, Genesis to Revelation, that said thou shalt marry 2 wives. No. No. Even all the idiom we see, it keep referring to monogamy. But them that practice it, it did not hold it against them. And like that, when you die, he did not hold it against you either. He allows death. He allows pains. In the same way he allows polygamy. He allows suffering. He allows poverty. He allows sickness. He allows whatever. In the same manner, he allows polygamy. Okay? So, polygamy is not the only thing he allowed. He allowed one to suffer. He allows it. Was that there in the beginning? No. So in the end, or the renewal or renovation of it, that is why I said no more pain. Do you know how painful it is? A woman will sit, by her husband, see another woman beside him. Do you know how horrible is that? Do you know how painful, hurtful that is? That is why some women can kill their husband. They couldn't handle it. That's why some women can just poison their husband. How dare you not say when Yahushua renew the new kingdom, is going to be allowing, the daughters of his kingdom to be passing through that pain. Seeing another woman sharing your husband. Seeing another woman touching. That is an abomination. It can't stand. That is pain. How dare you? Okay, right now, as you are saying now, I don't want to mention this brother's name. I respect him so much. But that surprises me to also see him talking about this nonsense. I never knew you were also full of lust in this manner, and that you couldn't even know where polygamy came from. We're going to show you now where polygamy came from. Without hang up, Abayawa, let it be. He allows it. Okay? Now, this brother will be saying, how many wives did YAHUAH'S have? How many wives? 7 wives. It will be counting it. Revelation chapter 2 and chapter 3, the 7 congregations. He said these are the wife of Yahweh. You just twisted that scripture, brother. You lied. That is a pure lie. Now Yahushua being the second Adam, when he comes, he's also going to be having a wife. Now, let's be real. If Yahushua comes now, coming with 4 wives or 7 wives, what are you going to call him? Because the first Adam wasn't so. You're going to say, in your heart, you're going to be, no, this one must be the devil. Because the first Adam never. The first Adam just have just 1 rib. Just 1 rib. In like manner, the second Adam, we see that pelero all over him. His side was being pierced, not for salvation, but for the glory of his wife. He have penis. And this brother is talking about Yahushua have penis. Yahushua is a complete man, full man. He is coming. You are talking about that. So when he comes, you think he's going to be having 4 or 7. No, that is blasphemy, okay? No. We are talking about ministry. That is a figure of speech. That is not marital affair. And stop twisting the scriptures to suit your lust. So in the new kingdom, no more jealousy. My husband will just be for me and me only. That is private use. Okay? Not public use. What would be the glory of that? What would be the enjoyment of that when I see other 4 women or 6 women circle around my own husband? No. No. That is not more private use. That is public use. So what is my joy over there? Rather sorrow. Rather sorrow. I will be in my bed. That is how I'm going to be sleeping in my room only. And my husband will have his own room only. And another woman will be going, they will be taking turns. No, that is sorrow, my friend. That is pains. How can you even desire such a thing for the daughters of Zion? Do you know what jealousy is? You should be careful that you don't meet a jealous wife. It can kill you because of that. And when she kills her, Abayowa is not going to hold it against her. She fought for her right because you are depriving her. You are disqualifying her that she is not sufficient for you. Whereby Abayowa's only one boy is sufficient for me to mold a fashion, a build, a shape, a woman for the first Adam. That is what it begins with. You disqualify her and say she is not good enough. You need other 3 to fill that gap. When she kills you, Abayowa will never hold it against her because she get rid of that thing that is tormenting her. I can't even imagine. I renounce and I reject that. Yeah, what's my thing? How can that be? See my husband with another woman? Really? I will be laying alone. Another woman will go there. The other one will go the other night. Will be sharing. Are you mad? I respect this brother too much. I should have just published your name. Stop that nonsense, eh? You better stop it or you convert to Islam where you can be doing that nonsense. This brother, when I meet you one-on-one, I will let you know you were the one I was speaking to or referring to in this very segment. But I respect it so much. I won't call your name over here because I follow you. I listen to your message. You have you really have insight. But I was so amazed to see that you couldn't see where polygamy came from. Now I want to see where polygamy came from. We trace it back. This is case file reopened. Case file reopened. So I want to trace back the origin of polygamy. Who brought it into the system? And that makes Abayowa allows it. Let's see what happened. First time, because you lost over the teachings of serpent. When you see the seed of serpent practicing polygamy, you now also lost after that. And you now begin to practice it. Therefore, Abayowa has to give it to you. Since you lost for iniquity, have it. You want to pollute your marriage, have it. Because it's already been polluted. This is where our forefather, God that lusting after many women. This is the one that taught them that. Genesis 4:16. And Cain went out from the presence of Yahuwah and dwelt in the land of Nod and on the east of Eden. 17. And Cain knew his wife. Even Cain himself could not even multiply wives. And she conceived and bore Enoch. And he builded a city and called the name of that city after the name of his son Enoch. 18. And unto Enoch was born Yared. And Yared begot Methuselah, and Methuselah begot Methuselah, and Methuselah begot Lamech, and Lamech took unto him 2 wives. This is where we begin. This is where polygamy came from. Now, who is Cain? Before we go more deeper, let's see who is Cain. Now, 1 John chapter 3, verses 12. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one. Who was, not as Cain, who was of that wicked one. It's a phrase, that wicked one. Let's see, who is that wicked one? This is where polygamy came from, polygyny. Polygamist, this is where we get it. And our forefather lusted after the teachings of serpent. That is a phrase, it's a thing that has an origin. Let's see, who is that wicked one? Okay, and we know Lamech is ceased from Cain. Is the great grandchildren of Cain that ceased from Cain. That is the mark of the beast teaching. And your forefather lost after you. We said that Abayowa was going to renew that nonsense in the kingdom to put the daughters of Zion in pain. You don't know what you are talking about. Who first started the first murder? It was Cain. And who started the first polygamist? It was also from Cain. That ceased from Cain. Everything that started first. Revelation 12:9. And the great dragon was cast out. That old serpent. Did you get that? That old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. My brother, I respect you so much. Brother Judea, you are the one I'm speaking to. Yes, let me call your name, but I'm going to do it with respect. Brother Judea, you are the one I'm talking to. Brother Judea, you are being deceived. The serpent has deceived you. For you to be preaching polygamy in the new kingdom, you are in lust, my brother. I respect you so much, but I was so amazed. This chased me away. That's why I don't follow you anymore. Okay, I was so amazed to see that you are propagating polygamy. You couldn't see the origin of it. But rather, you just jump into the conclusion and you now begin to preach it and pass it to the daughters of Zion to help you propagate these pure lies from the pit of hell. Brother Judea, you are in lust. I pray, Abba, you will open your eye to see where it came from in order for you to repent and be cleansed. You are being deceived, okay? That old serpent is a phrase. That old serpent, the dragon is the serpent. That old serpent, we are in Genesis 3. Can we go there? We are tracing, we are interest, okay? We want to track down where polygamy came from, who instituted it, who gave it unto our fathers. Our forefather lost after the seed of serpent practicing, and then now begin to also take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 1,000 wives to themselves. Abba Yehovah say, have it, but not in his kingdom. He never gave it unto you. Now I want to read original Holy Quran, okay? The supposed word of Allah. Let's read them. Because it said that old serpent, the dragon is that old serpent. It has an origin. It said that wicked one. That wicked one is a phrase of something that exists, that lives or have an origin. And we also read Revelation 12:9 said that, that old serpent. Let's go there now. Who is serpent? What is Allah? What is the meaning of Allah in a holy language? It simply means the cursed one. Cast. All right, now let's hear that from Allah himself. Quran chapter 3, verses 54. And the unbeliever plans to deceive, and Allah plans to deceive the unbeliever. Allah is the best of all deceivers. So Revelation 12:9 said that the great dragon, that old serpent, deceiveth the whole world. And he said Allah is the great, of all deceivers. Now let's take the second mouth from Allah. Quran chapter 7 verses 99. Are they saved from Allah's deception? No one saved from no one feels safe from Allah's deception except those that shall perish. What is Allah saying? He said the only one that is going to be saved. Let me unlock this mystery over here. He said the one that does not believe him, that is the only one that is going to be saved from his deception. If you don't believe, like me, if I don't believe in Allah's stupidity, I will be saved. So I'm not taking it the way he put it. He said the people that will destroy, that is the one that will be saved from his deception. No, the one that does not believe it. Now let's take the third mouth. Out of 2 or 3 mouths, testimony will be established. This is the supposed called Holy Quran, okay? Quran chapter 8 verses 13. And remember when the unbeliever plots, deception against you, O Muhammad, to imprison you, or kill you, or expel you. They plotted deception, but Allah also plotted deception. And Allah is the best of all deceivers. Did you just get that? Did you get that? The name of Allah, even the written code of Allah, how Allah is being written in the Arabic. Okay, let me put it. It's a snake. In Arab, it's a snake. Did you just get that? You see this, how Allah is being written. A snake. For the snake, that old serpent. You see what Allah means in the Hebrew curse, as in the cursed serpent that did what that pollute marriage. And we still find that thumbprints in Quran that Allah said you should marry is a mandatory for wives. That is not even more, disgusting. The most heavier of it all is Allah commanding a polyandry, that a married woman should be, Islam or jihadists should have sexual intercourse with a woman that is married unto a man that is still living. We're going to prove that. Okay, just first of all, I want to show this. Do you see this Allah is being written? Do you see it? Allah means curse in Hebrew. Of course, it has to be so. Do you see this is a snake? And it says it's the best of all deceivers. My brother, come out from the deception of Allah. That's what we are saying over here. So I just want to put it like this for you. You can also read it by yourself. This is Quran chapter 4 verses 3, where Allah mandatory of 3 where he said, if you fear that you can't treat orphan girls with fairness, then you may marry other women who seem good to you, 2, 3, or 4 of them. Did you see that nonsense? This is a mandatory. Even there is a place in Quran where Muslims in those days begin to marry 10, 20 wives. That's why we see that nonsense, okay? Muhammad now tell them to divorce and keep only 4, because that is the mandatory from Allah. He told them divorce and left only 4. Leave only 4 for yourself. Meanwhile, he himself that is telling them to divorce, he himself have 11 wives. A prophet that refused to honor his own prophecy. Allah said mandatory wives for men is 4 maximum. You see, Allah Quran can never be trusted, can never be used in the whole world. Now, according to the court of law, it's just 1 wife. You bring 1 woman, only 1 wife. Okay? If you say you want to marry another woman, they will ask you to go and divorce the first one. I bet Jehovah permit just 1 wife, okay? If that one died, you are allowed to marry another one. Okay, or divorce, anything happen that brings about divorce. Maybe eventually she went to go and commit adultery, cut her off one time, fear for the man can go and marry another woman. 1 at a time. How about you never commit 2 at a time? The same with the court of law in the whole world. That's to make references to Genesis chapter 2, monogamy. Let's take so now we see where polygamy came from. It's mandatory in Quran. Now I want to shift into the most disgusting part of it all. And now this one hurt my stomach. Where are we going to read now? We'll read. Okay, we want to read. Yeah, Sunnah Abu Dawud. This one hurt my stomach. All right, now let's get, let's do it together, family. Sunnah Abu Dawud, 2150. The apostle of Allah sent a military. Oh, my father. Oh, let me take it again. Apostle of Allah sent a military expansion to Atas on the occasions of the Battle of Hunayn. They met their enemy and fought with them. They defeated them and took them captives. Some of the companions of the Apostle of Allah were reluctant to have intercourse with the female captives in the presence of their husbands. This one pushed my stomach. In the presence of their husband, who were unbelievers. So Allah, this is how the Quran came. So Allah, the exalted, indeed you are really exalted in wickedness, okay? The exalted sent down the Quranic verses. And all married women are forbidden until you serve those captive whom your right hand possess. That is to say, they are lawful for them when they complete their waiting period. Do you see nonsense? Total nonsense, polyandry. So when they fought the battle, they conquered. According to Islam, they have sex slaves. So this guy were beat, reluctantly to have sexual intercourse because their husband was dead. Right away, Allah said, Quran 4, chapter 2, verses 24, that, okay, married woman is unlawful, but the very one you capture, they are lawful to you when they complete their waiting period. Which one? What is their waiting period? To find out if they are not pregnant for their husbands. So you can go in unto them. So let's also find out in our own royal law. Where do they do that? Genesis 3. This is the sins of the beginning. People is not getting it. It's coming. In fact, the book is already here. Who did it? Who pervert marriage right in the beginning? That usher sin, the serpent, the demon, that pollute marriage. This be the sins of beginning. But you are not saying, you are still talking about renovation of polygamy. Yes. Now, how did they capture the first Adam? Serpent, that old serpent. They said the dragon, that old serpent, deceiveth the woman. He came to rob the mind of the woman, seduce her. And he said, when the woman see the tree, she desire it. It's good to be wise. And Abayawa said, in reversion of it, Abayawa said, no, you shall desire your husband. You cannot desire another man. We know that idiom there was sexual intercourse. That was why they say the serpent came into the play. This is why they did the wickedness, because they conquered Adam, and then that took his wife, Shawa, the first woman. They not took her and had sexual intercourse with her. That was why he said Cain was of that wicked one. We don't have the lineage of Cain. Cain just went on his own. Now let's prove that more. They conquered Adam, and they took his wife, and then go into her and have sexual intercourse, and they're not planting their own seed. Cain. That was what Abayawa said. He said, I will make you, he said, I will put enmity between you and the woman, between your offspring and the woman. That's it. Because now we see Adam wasn't the only father, but Kawa or Shawa is the mother of all living. We'll see it in Genesis 3. She is the mother of all living. What is Mecca being called? Mother of all settlement. Now we see someone share fatherhood with Adam. Semper was right away called father. But Adam, you are not the only father, but the woman is the mother of all living. This is how she became the mother of all living. She was being polluted. That is where marriage were, that is where the ushers in demon into marriage. They call polyandry. Now, this is the sins of Egypt, okay? The book of Yashir, the popular royal law we carries, make references to the book of Yashir. You can see that in Joshua chapter 10, verses 13, 2 Samuel chapter 1, verses 18, and 2 Timothy 3, verses 8. It quotes from the book of Yashir. So I want to read from the book of Yashir. What happened in those days? The first person Moshe killed. What happened? Why did he kill him? You can also see this in Exodus chapter 2, verses 11 to 12. Now I read the book of Yashir, chapter 71, verses 1 and 2. And when Moshe was 18 years old, he desired to see his father and mother. And he went to them to Goshen. And when Moshe had come nigh Goshen, he came to the place where the children of Israel were engaged in work. And he observed their buildings. And he saw an Egyptian smiting one of his Hebrew brethren too. And when the man who was beaten saw Moshe, he ran to him for help. For the man Moshe was greatly respected in the house of Pharaoh. And he said to him, Ma Adoni, attend to me. This Egyptian came to my house in the night, bind me, and came to my wife in my presence, and now seek to kill me. He bind the husband. He now begin to have sexual intercourse with his wife right in the husband's presence. This is Egypt. Now, who is Islam? And who is their progenitor? It came from your father through polygamy. Father Abraham, Ishmael. Ishmael is the progenitor of Islam. And we see what was going on in Egypt. That they would just go into someone's house, the house of Hebrew, precisely. They will bind their husband. They will begin to have sexual intercourse with their wife right in the presence of their husband. And we just see this logo, a confirmation in Quran, that when they raped and captured the women, married women, they said, but they feel reluctantly to have sexual intercourse with them in their husband's presence. What did Allah do? Allah said, do it. Why? Because now you have captured them. You have bind their husband, bang his wife. This is so outrageous. This is filth. No, I want to throw out. This is what you look up to in the kingdom and say, polygamy, you're going to be married 4 wives? Brother, stop that nonsense, okay? That was what YAHUAH said in Exodus 27. I'm going to visit the 3rd, 4th generation for the iniquity of their father. This was the sins of Egypt. And YAHUAH used it to visit them. Quickly, let's put some more. The sins of the beginning is what you found in Islam. The chaos of the old is what Sharia law wants to reinforce. So you better convert to Islam if you have want that many wives, okay? We see Pharaoh also wanted to have sexual intercourse with Mama Sarah, a married woman. And you can see that in the book of YAHUAH'S chapter 15, you have the whole details, how Agar entered the family. You know, that is their practicing over there. Now, book of YAHUAH'S chapter 4, verses 18, quickly I want to put in this. And their judges and rulers went to the daughters of men and took their wives by force from their husbands, according to their choice. And the sons of men in those days took from the cattle of the earth, the beasts of the field, and the fowls of the air, and taught the mixture of animals of one space with the other, in order therewith to provoke Yahuwah. And Yahuwah saw the whole earth, and it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupt its ways upon earth, all men and all beasts. You see, bestiality was also being taught. Could you believe, according to some of Islam fatwa, bestiality is allowed? Now, so what is bestiality? We say the dragon is a beast. We say the serpent is a beast. We say the beast is a beast. This is beast assistant. Now, you, the people of the book that is also long and lusty after 4 wives or 7 wives. What are you doing? Like I said, it's homosexuality, because Abba Yehovah is going to hold that sin against you. He said this time he's not going to take that nonsense. In those days, Abba Yehovah just overlooked ignorance. Now he wants you to come to his own standard and know what he begins with, and desire that. Now, this is bestiality. You see what they were doing in those days? This is Egypt, okay? They would just go and grab married women and taught the mixture. The beast will now begin to have sexual intercourse with them. Yahushua says coming is like the days of Noah. That was why flood came. Beast was not having sexual intercourse. And we also see this bestiality in Islam. It's in their fatwas, in their deeds. We find it over there. I won't be able to be reading this ones. I will redo it again. I just want to make just one video. That's it. Now, Exodus 21, 7 to 11. We see over there where these people use it to propagate their lies, so wicked lies that if you sold your daughter, if your father is in death and sold your daughter unto a man, and that man really don't love you, because he's not gonna love her, because that is not going to be a wife of his choice. Why? Because it's been sold. He bought it. Because the man don't have money to pay. Therefore, he said, take my daughter, I sell her unto you. And we say, if the man don't love her, whatever, after such a period of a time, she should go free. Or if you are giving her to your wife, that is where your wife even put his own mouth in this system that they turn against him. So, no, he knew you are going to fall into it. He knew you are already filled with lust. So he's also going to be giving you a way out until the end of it. But that doesn't mean he commanded it or he wants it. No, he never. You can't put that on his mouth. No, like Deuteronomy 21, 15 to 17. We also see over the where Baba will also give a direction. If a man have 2 wives, love to one and hate one. Therefore, Abba Yahweh also give, because he knew you're going to be falling into that mess, because you won't be able to handle both equally. No, he knew it. That was why he also give you a way out. But you can't use it against him, because he said, if you hate the first one, 1 John chapter 3:15 said, whosoever that hates his brother, you just killed. Is that what you are negotiating for in the new kingdom? No. No. This is Yahushua speaking. Matthew 6:24. Matthew chapter 6, verses 24. No man can serve 2 masters. No man can indeed handle 2 women. No. You can't. No. Even the Quran, also says so. Even in the days of Solomon, that even got 8,000, also says so. Solomon was madly in love with just one. That speaks of monogamy. Allah himself in a coded way say, if you cannot handle them equally, therefore you can stick with one. But though it was a mandatory from Allah that all Islam men needs to hook up with 4 wives. You know they are not going to handle it. Why did you give it as a law that your prophet Muhammad has to tell the one that was having 10 or 20 wives to divorce and leave 4? It was a mandatory. No man, I'll take it again, no man can serve 2 masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despite the other. Ye cannot serve Yahuwah and money. That's it. Now, he said, Abba, you want to make it so clear that when you marry two wives, you hate one and you love one. He said the one you love, you hate, give her a double portion. First John 3:15 said, whosoever that hateth his brother, he said, you murdered that person already. And this is what Yahushua said, you're going to beloved one, you must hate the other. That is correct. You can't service two women. You can't love two women at the same time. No, Father Abraham couldn't handle that. When the chaos came, Genesis 16:4-6, when Agar began to despair because you can't. Mama Sarah now said, you see what you have done to me. Then what did the Father Abraham say when the chaos, when the battle begins? He said, deal with her anyhow you want to. He just removed his hand and said, I can't handle this. If you want to care, just go and deal with her as you want it. For me, I'm out of there. He couldn't handle polygamy home. Now, Genesis 30, where is it? Genesis 30, verses 14-16. We also see even Jacob, okay, the one you call Jacob, could he also handle it? He now loved Rachel, also hates Leah. That if Leah need pennies, he has to use something to bribe Rachel and go and grab Jacob and say, I've hired you this night to come and have sexual intercourse with me. Is this nonsense you want to pass on to in the new kingdom? That is what. Jacob don't have sex with Leah because he don't want her. Okay, so Leah has to go and bribe Rachel, the one he loved, in order for them to create space for her to have sex. Is this what you want to put us? You are mad. Because you must love one. Indeed, you must cleave to one. And that's the consummate and fulfill the monogamy Abiyawa begins with. First Timothy chapter 3 verse 2 make it so clear is one wife. Titus chapter 1 5-8 make it so clear is one wife. 1 Corinthians 7 1-2 said, let every man have their own husband, not our husband. Let every woman have their own husband, not our husband. 1 Corinthians 11:3 said, husband is the head of the woman. It didn't say wives. That is the change of order, just one woman. We are done for now. Maybe I will redo it again because I want my brother to stop that nonsense.